Hello YouTube, Kodandi here, and we're in Iowa. Hello, Kodandi here, reporting to you live from Maharishi International University Guest Center. This is what the guest conference center rooms look like. All of the buildings on campus, including this conference center, are all built according to the principles of Vastu, the ancient Hindu Vedic philosophy of architecture and city planning. And so all of the rooms have doors facing certain ways, the bathroom's in a certain area, the bed is in a certain area. It's all laid out in the Vastu scriptures, and it's so interesting being in an actual place that is entirely built according to Vastu. All of the entrance doors are supposed to be facing east, so all of the buildings you have to go around to the east side of the building in order to get in, most of them. And it's so interesting the way everything is laid out here. Hello, and welcome to winter. Like, I have not experienced it in years. There's snow. It's cold. I realized last night that I'm living really well. I've got some really good stuff going on in my life. We're staying at the conference center guest rooms here, which are really pretty nice. It's a lot nicer than a hotel that I would be able to afford. So I feel like I'm being given some really nice things. The dining service here is not really something I can eat, but it is really nice. They have all sattvic vegetarian food. My dog is part Malamute, and he is loving the snow so much. Come on, puppy. Let's go. There's all of these other animal tracks out. Like, I've seen the deer around, so I'm not surprised to find deer tracks, but there's also what I believe is rabbit tracks. Like, a lot of rabbit tracks, like little bunnies hopping around. So I think that's great. And all the crows are out too. Just completed my first semester of my MFA in visual arts. This residency is the beginning of the second semester of my program, and there is a group of students that are graduating this year that during this 2-week residency period they are installing their final thesis shows and giving their like little thesis lectures. And I think it's finally kind of hitting me that I'm in an MFA program. Like I am getting this degree. The MFA, the Master of Fine Arts, is a terminal degree for fine arts and performing arts. So it's sort of like a PhD equivalent. It's the highest degree that you can get. So you have, MFAs in creative writing, music, dance, theater, acting, visual arts, all different sorts of artistic fields offer MFA programs. And I am in an MFA for visual arts program. The school also has like creative writing and screenwriting and filmmaking and all sorts of interesting MFA programs. And it's just really got me thinking about sort of the weight of what I'm doing, and thinking about why is it that I'm doing this? What am I going to get from it? It's one thing to think about these sorts of things and make this decision at the application process, but to now see graduating students and to really very much see my future, where I'm going in this program, and starting to imagine life after school with an MFA degree, and hearing from people about what kind of jobs they're doing now as they're graduating, the other kinds of jobs that people are doing while they're in school, and what sort of employment I might have in the future, and what I might do with my work and go with my work, and starting to really see more of the lifestyle of a full-time artist in a way that I have not seen or experienced before. I really honestly never thought I would be getting a master's degree. Never ever in my life did I expect to be here in a master's program, to be in an MFA program. It's been a very, very long journey. Each decade of my life, I have had to go to school to update my skills, to go in a new direction, to really take myself to the next level. When I was in my 20s, I did my first bachelor's degree. When I turned 30, I started looking into going back to school for art, ended up in a BFA program, Bachelor's of Fine Arts program. And now here I'm in my 40s, I'm getting my MFA, my master's degree. Each time that I was in school, I was just like, I'm never doing this again. I'm never going back to school. This is it, I'm done. And in fact, my first bachelor's degree, I almost dropped out at that time. I had such a hard time finishing that degree. I got through the first 2 years and I just was not sure if I was going to finish. I mean, anyone that's out there thinking about education and school, it's not something you need to rush. It's not something you should feel pressured into. I know a lot of parents like to pressure their kids. This is what I'm looking forward to in 2024. I've been, since it's the first 2 weeks of January, I've been really thinking about what am I going to do this year? What am I going to do? What are my goals for this year? And I have not really set any specific goals yet, but I'm starting to think, and I really just need to make this program a priority. Really just do really well in school and take advantage of the fact that I am in school right now, take advantage of everything that's being offered and everything that's available, and really make school my number one priority, which last semester, unfortunately, it wasn't, just because I had to find a place to live and I had to find a job and everything else that was going on. It was just not a priority. Now it has to be. It has to be a priority if I'm going to continue in this program. I have to say, one of the advantages that I personally feel having this low residency MFA program where I only need to be on campus for 2 weeks a semester and the rest of the courses and everything are done online wherever everyone is living. Um, one of the big advantages of that I feel is that I have to work in the place where I live, in the place where I want to live, to find a studio, to find a community, to really build up my life there. Whereas if I was doing a regular sort of in person MFA program, I would be on campus, I would be at the school, I would have a studio there. All of the other students would be like my friends in my art community. And then when the program's over and everyone graduates, like people go wherever. And you don't have the connections in your location. Number one, I did not want to relocate for school. And I really immediately saw the advantages of a low residency program where I have to find a studio and set up a studio. And I have to find the local community in my area. And I have to build local community in the area. And that I can't depend on the campus to provide any of that for me. I think for me, it's a good choice. It's a good choice. It's definitely what I want. Hello, YouTube. Kodandi here, still in Fairfield, Iowa. This week there were 2 blizzards dumping about 2 feet of snow, and apparently that is not normal for this area. For those of you that have been following me in my snow complaints, it is not normal, even though when I was growing up in the Midwest, getting 2 to 3 feet of snow in one snowstorm happened every year, sometimes multiple times a year. So I'm a little surprised that that is not normal here in Iowa. But the roads were closed down yesterday. There was a travel ban. A bunch of people were not able to get a ride out for their flights. People are struggling with the snow, which kind of surprises me as someone who left the Midwest specifically to get away from this kind of snow because it was so regular and so frequent. Being here in the snow has been not enjoyable, but I've certainly been able to cope with it and adapt to it. I mean, I don't ever really want to be in the snow again. I'm sure I will if I'm going to be out here in Iowa for school 2 more times in the next, 2 more Januaries. I'll be out here in Iowa for school.